Thanks, John. Hey guys, I'm Sean Hammond with PremierGuitar.com. We're in Nashville at SNAMM, talking to Mo from 323 FX. Mo, nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too, Sean.
This is your first SNAMM show, right?
Yes, sir, it is. My first out.
Sweet. So you've got 3 pedals that you brought here, and we just heard kind of all of them together. You want to tell us about the first one, and we'll move it down the line?
All right, so the first offering here is the Steel City. It is a cascaded JFET design, so you can get anywhere from low gain boost, which is what it's set at right now, to just full out, almost 80s style distortion. And it's got a full amp tone stack in it, so you can really shape your tone. So when it's in the low gain settings, you can really use that to sculpt your bass tone. That's what I like to use it for. So, and then the Timbers is my low to medium gain overdrive pedal. So it's kind of my answer to the Tube Screamer. It's not really the same as a Tube Screamer, but it kind of has the same response in some places, but it doesn't have the mid hump. And you can really, it's got a bass and treble control, so you can really shape your tone with that too. It does really good low gain, and it's got a little more gain on tap than a normal Tube Screamer would.
I'm sorry I could hear half of what you were saying because the auctioneer Hawker was talking on the sound system of us. The last stuff you were saying was about the Timbers, right? Or was that all in Steel City?
No, yeah, that was the Timbers.
Okay. How about before we move on to the Timbers, we hear a couple different sounds from the Steel City?
All right, cool.
Because you had the drive really low before feeding into the Timbers. Now the Timbers is off. Do you want to show like sort of a very different sound from what we heard before?
Yeah. We'll go ahead. We'll start with the low gain stuff. And with a full amp tone stack, you can really dial in your tone.
And that treble has a lot of range, doesn't it?
It sure does, yeah. So does the bass. So and then as you move up on the drive settings, still gets pretty gainy as well.
Now, as you bring up the drive, is that sort of scooping the mids a little?
It's a little more pronounced in that setting, yeah, but you can still dial in a little more mids if you want, or scoop them out.
All right, cool. So should we hear the Timbers a little now?
Yeah, we'll talk about it first again. So it's the low to medium gain style drive. We'll start in the low gain settings, and you can really use it to sculpt your tone. And either of these pedals here could be used for like a first stage type drive deal, where you can use it if you don't have tone controls on your amp to get really where you want. Dial back on the bass a little bit.
Now, is the toggle in the middle like low and high gain?
It's actually a clipping toggle switch. So in the up position is LED. LEDs used for clippers in the circuit, and down is MOSFETs for clippers. So in the up position, you'll get this open chimey sound that he's got right now, and you can rock it all the way up to like classic rock crunch tones. And then in the down position, you'll get this more compressed, bluesy style drive.
So they both sound really good. How would you succinctly summarize how, like, what type of person would be more interested in the Steel City versus the Timbers?
I think they're pretty versatile. I think pretty much anybody could be interested in it. But so the Timbers would be more like, coming from my world, I do a lot of praise and worship. So the transparent drive type thing, if you want to leave it on the low gain, or the Steel City, if you can do the same with it as well. But it can get pretty hairy too and pretty beefy, so anybody looking for that kind of just chunky tone can really get that with the Steel City.
So if you want a little meaner sound, to go with the Steel City?
Yeah.
Okay, so we've also been hearing these, oh, I guess you had it off for the last couple. So you got the Ridges reverb here, right?
Right, and the Ridges is still pretty much in prototype mode right now, so we're going to feature the Spring. And with the Spring mode, you can get either just kind of subtle amp style spring tank response with the color knob down. The color knob is kind of a tone knob. In the Spring mode, it rolls off the high end a little bit, so if you have a longer decay, you don't get that high-pitched, springy slap quite as much. Or you can dial it up and get a little more of that spring tank response. You can hear that slapping with it. But what you also get with this that you don't get with a spring tank on an amp is you can control the depth. So you can get a little bit longer decay than you would with amp reverb and a high mix. Or you can roll back on the depth knob, up on the color, and a high mix and get like old school plate type sounds. Or max out the depth and get spaghetti western sounds. Roll back on the color to tame it a little bit.
Sounds really good, man.
Yeah, thank you.
So it's got two other modes that you're still kind of working on, so we're not going to listen to those today, but what are the two other modes?
Right, they're Shimmer and Hall. So in the Shimmer mode, it's got a really long decay with the depth knob all the way up. It'll go almost forever. And then the color knob lets you actually dial in the amount of shimmer that you have mixed in with your decay. In the Hall mode, it has that really long, expansive decay as well, but the color knob acts as a shelving filter, so if you roll back on it, you'll get darker and darker decay as it goes on. Roll up on it, it'll be brighter and brighter as it goes on.
It's a lot of flexibility for three knobs.
Right.
So do you have prices set for these yet?
Yeah, street price for them, Steel City and Timbers list at $130 on the website, and the Ridges is at $175.
It's a pretty good deal.
Yeah.
So do you want to tell people where to go online to find out more, maybe find dealers or whatever?
Yeah, you can buy them direct through me right now at 323effects.com. My name's Mo. You can send me an email at monelson@323effects.com.
Nice. Thanks, Mo.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for playing for us, John, and thanks for joining us, guys. Sean Hammond from PremierGuitar.com.